Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 5, Episode 63. It is Tuesday morning, and we are just heading out to the office. I'm still in my neighborhood, and there are all kinds of vehicles in my neighborhood because they're cutting down trees that have fallen and all that kind of stuff. Plus, they're doing some construction near my house that's going to involve cutting down trees. But what a terrible day to be working outside. I mean, it is a very cold day. Yesterday, we went to one of our kids' school concerts, and on the way home, we stopped at a Mexican restaurant, and it started snowing. It's like, snowing? What's going on here? And there's snow on the ground, maybe eighth of an inch to a quarter inch, but there is snow on the ground, completely covered with snow. So it's pretty crazy this late in the year. I mean, it's not the first time, obviously, but it is kind of crazy to see that happen. Right now, it's 19 degrees outside. It feels like temperature is 6 degrees, so it's going to be a cold one today. Let's see here. Today, okay, so for one thing, tomorrow, we'll talk about today first. Today, going to the office, doing our 2 regular sessions that we would do on a Tuesday, right? Let's step back to yesterday. Yesterday, at the end of the day, I did have one more session online. I made 180. I don't know if I mentioned that in the podcast or not, but yesterday was like a super, super good day for online stuff. And normally, you don't have that ability. Usually, it's $0 to $100, and most of the time, 0. So I was pretty pleased with yesterday's performance online. Today I made like $20 or $30 this morning before leaving home online. I am still working on some stuff. I feel like maybe what I'm doing is a losing battle with this game because technically there is an edge for the house on there. And is there a way to get around the edge? Maybe not. I'm not 100% positive yet. I feel like there is a possibility of getting around the edge in a very boring way of playing, but you know, if it's boring, it doesn't matter as long as you're making money. If you're making 50 cents a hand playing blackjack, no one thinks that's boring because that's $150 an hour or more. So potentially, let's call it 50 cents a hand, 150 hands, $75 an hour. That's what we're trying to make anyway. So just because it's small wins per hand doesn't mean that it's not good. So still focusing on that. I have a couple hundred iterations in already now, about maybe 220, 240, something like that, and hope to get to 400 or 500 today, and then start using the data that I have to make decisions. Tomorrow, so I decided tomorrow and Thursday will be days that I visit the same area that I was backed off of on Sunday. Why would you do that, MW? Well, because I really don't have that many good areas anyway. And if I get backed off that area, I think I'm going to change things basically to an overnight once a week and Vegas twice a month. And that will be it. Other than playing at this real close place that's slots only and doesn't have a lot of opportunities. So in that case, going to the local place once or twice a day will probably yield me $150, and that would be 4 days a week. So that would be, $400 to $600 a week. Going to the overnight probably yield me $1,500 because I have to go over 6 hours to my closest place at that point. So I would say it's going to yield me $1,000 to $2,000. Let's just say, but they're going to get sick of me really quick because these 2 places are very skeptical, very worried about card counters. And then, my overall take for the week will drop by about 50%. And then twice a month, I take a Vegas trip, and hopefully each of those trips is worth 2 weeks that I'm doing right now. So maybe $10,000 twice a month from doing that. But you're not going to always have winning weeks, and when you do have a losing week, it's going to really put you behind. So I have to have bigger wins than $10,000 when I go. So that means more risk, more swings, more variance. So what it comes down to is the weeks that I don't go to Vegas, I'm probably good for $400 to $600, not including online. The weeks I go to Vegas, hopefully between 10 to 15,000 if I win, and if I lose, hopefully if I lose, it's less than 5. And if you put all those numbers together, it would be the same amount of money that I'm earning now. The difference would be I would have about 15 to 18 hours of travel time, plus, see, right now I'm doing about 40 hours plus a week of travel. So that would be 160, assuming a 4-week month. And it would become 16 plus 16, 32. It would become actually more travel until I go to just Vegas. It would become 64 hours. Oh no, it would be 64 hours a month versus 40 hours a week. And then that would drop down to between 15 and 18 hours a month if I go just to Vegas. So it would be less travel, but it would be bigger swings, and every trip would be more important than ever. Where right now I can take a trip and make $200 and be mad, but know that it's okay because tomorrow I'm taking another trip. So if that all makes sense. Hopefully I'm not just rambling on here, but that's my mindset going forward, and I am focused on finding more things to do online. And if I find enough to do online, then I may not take that weekly trip. I may just do the Vegas stuff starting in a month or two. But it all depends on what happens tomorrow and Thursday. We're going to take the same trip tomorrow and Thursday that we took Sunday, and hopefully we should know this week, one way or another, we should be happy or unhappy and make our new plans. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you at lunchtime. All right, guys, I am back 10:45 and just leaving the office, and it was okay day so far. The scanner that we used came up with some updates and created like 11,000 vulnerabilities that we didn't have before, so I had to sort through all that stuff. Took me about an hour or so. A lot of them are the same thing, get routed to the same place. So I created rules for all of them and ran them, and then had to manually go through the last 50 or 100 or so. So that was all done. Right now we're heading to the casino. Temperature is a little bit, just a very, very little bit warmer right now, but still a nasty windy day. 21 degrees feels like 7 degrees, and today's high is only going to be 26. So, but hopefully this is it, and after this, no more bad weather. Let's see. Also, looks like we're 8 days away from our trip to Vegas, so tomorrow is Wednesday. Next Wednesday we take our trip, and should be good. And I'm actually kind of feeling bad that I took those as days off. Going forward, I'm not going to take them as days off. What I may do is just leave Wednesday after I check in at work. Actually, probably leave Wednesday evening, like 4 o'clock at the end of the work day. Get there at night, and then be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday, and that way I can be in the office Monday, Tuesday, and check in Wednesday, which I'm doing my check-ins currently on Friday, and I think that would be good. So yeah, let's get to this casino, make a little bit of money. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back and just leaving work, 3:45 p.m. We actually interviewed a guy who wants to be an intern today. Seemed like a nice guy. Probably going to take him on. He knows somebody at the company and seems like a good guy. So right now we are heading back to the casino. You know, not really looking forward to it here, but we're doing what we need to do. Just trying to get in there and get out with something. Just be ahead something. So as desolate as it's been in there lately, so few machines and so many people checking machines, it's been really difficult, but let's go in there, make a little bit of cash. Temperature's finally a decent temperature right now. It's 30 degrees, which, you know, is not warm by any means, but at least the wind chill is not like it was before. But yeah, I mean, work is work. I was bored all day, but we got through Tuesday, and now the worry really begins, because tomorrow and Thursday are my chances to get kicked out of this casino and change everything. So hopefully I don't get kicked out of there. I'm able to keep playing and go from there, but that's definitely on my mind right now that I'm done with work. Obviously I have my laptop next to me on my way to the casino, but technically in the next hour I'm done with work, and then for the rest of the week I'll be able to travel and hopefully make some money. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back, just leaving this place, and there's still a couple flakes of snow falling. Most of the snow from yesterday is gone though, but overall just terrible. They're putting in, I think the security guard told me, like 21 new machines in that place. 21. And how many good ones are they putting in? 0. Not one of them is a good machine. Not one. Anyway, walked in, looking around, seeing nothing. Actually saw more people checking than I saw possible plays. Finally, I was getting ready to leave, and I saw this guy. Talked to him for a little while, and I told him, hey, there's one over there that I want to check before I go, because there was a guy playing it, and it was in position. So we went over there and checked it together, and it was just there. So we decided we were going to split it. He wanted the points, so I thought, whatever. Go ahead, take the points. It wasn't much anyway. Oh, hold on. All right, I'm back. All right, so anyway, we played that one through, and it was pretty much done. And he thought, well, we can go a little bit longer. And I'm like, no, it's right there right now. It's over. And we were down $60, $58 combined. And he decided, let's keep going. I'm like, well, I think it's borderline negative right now. But I said, okay, that's fine. We played it through, and it actually helped us out a little bit. But we still ended up down $16. So walked around, looked at some other stuff, and this guy wants to play everything. I'm like, that's not a play, that's not a play, that's not a play. So finally, he's like, well, give me your card and I'll put points on it for you. No, that's okay. I'm going to get going. Oh, no, let's play some more. You're down. I'm like, it's okay. I'm getting out of here. So finally ended up leaving down $16. So just looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully it's not a disaster tomorrow. Really want a big day tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, I don't know. We could do some segments here. And honestly, when we go to the different schedule, I'm not going to do an episode every day or almost every day. It's too much to have 5 or 10 minute episodes if that, the way it goes. But what did you eat today, MW? There was a special at Wendy's today. It was buy anything $3 or more, get any size fries. So I got a large fry. I got no, it wasn't Wendy's. It was Burger King. And I got a Whopper Jr. So I paid like $3 for a Whopper Jr. and a large fry. And that's what I had for lunch. And actually, I do like Burger King above the other ones, but usually their prices aren't good, their service isn't good. So I rarely go there, even though I would rather have the flame broiled rather than the fried stuff. But anyway, I'm going to give that an 8 on a scale of 2 through 8. I mean, it's not great, but, it's not terrible for fast food. And what did you tip today, MW? Well, I had 2 sessions today. One of them wasn't even in my name, and I lost on both sessions. And I tipped $0. And actually, I won $4.25 online today. So who knows what the heck's going on. All the online stuff is popping right now, and the live stuff isn't. So we'll see how long that lasts. And what did you learn today, MW? I actually did learn some stuff about a game that I'm playing online, and I've got stats on it and stuff like that, and I think it's going to work out. I just got to be patient and do things the right way, and I think it's going to work out really well. So can't explain it now, but if it works out, I will let you guys know a little bit about it. But right now, I'm just going to head home, hang out with the family, have some dinner, relax, and get ready for tomorrow. Go to sleep early for a big day tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.